Walter Latham comedy.
Hi.
What camera are you looking in?
I'm looking at you. Let's just talk,
I
right?
got that, but
Keep going.
Hey guys, it's Jen Jameson. I'm here with Walter.
You just took over.
And we are killing it right now in Miami. Look at this backdrop. I mean,
beautiful.
It doesn't get any better, right?
No better than that. How you doing?
I am amazing.
That's good.
I'm amazing. I'm so excited for this show.
What do you think about the show?
You know, I think it's going to change the face of comedy. I think that there's kind of been a lull in comedy for a while now. My favorite was Eddie Murphy, Raw.
That's good.
That was
you remember that?
amazing.
That's good.
It was insane. And I think there's been a little bit of a boring stretch for a while, and I think that sex really it ties into it. We need some sexiness, and I mean
This is
you,
it's very sexy.
Miami,
We
we're
got
there,
it. We got
right?
it. Tell me about yourself. Where were you born?
I was born in Las Vegas, Sin City girl,
Right.
and
What was it like growing up?
it was crazy. I mean, I pretty much spent my life trying my hardest to be 21 and be older. So, yeah, life was a little bit nuts, but I tried my hardest to become a businesswoman and make money. I think we all kind of do that. You know, it's like I want to be successful. I want to change things. And my thing, I grew up with men, so I wanted to be different as a woman. I wanted to change things for females.
Right.
Yeah.
What was school like? Were you a good student?
School for me was different because I wasn't pretty. I was a late bloomer.
Okay.
And yeah, I kind of kept to myself. I rocked my studies and I wanted to get out. I just wanted to make money. I was stripping when I was 16.
Wow.
And I remember stripping and looking down and seeing my teacher.
No.
Yeah.
Your high school teacher.
Making a
what
fortune.
class? What class?
He was my biology teacher. Biology,
That's
of course.
that's perfect.
Of course. But yeah, I mean, I think now people kind of get the whole sexual side of who I am. It's natural now.
Right.
Back in the day when I first started, it was a fight in order to get the respect I deserved.
Did you feel like you were a tomboy growing up? Or
I wasn't a tomboy.
You don't think? So you always been...
I was always kind of the girly girl.
Okay.
Always, like, I dyed my hair when I was 10 to be blonde, super, super blonde.
Right.
And I was always into boys. I loved men. That was
Any
my
athletes
thing.
when you were growing up?
Ooh. I was into athletes. I
Okay.
couldn't land them. I mean, now I can land them, but before I couldn't land anybody. I mean, I looked like a boy up until like 17.
Wow.
And then
it changed.
Then everything changed. Yeah, I gotta I'll send you some pictures from when I was 18. Yeah.
It changed. What you have any siblings? Any brothers, sisters?
I have a brother, and he's one of the funniest human beings I've ever met in my life.
Really?
I think that's kind of why I love comedy so much, because he's really funny.
Really?
Yeah, really
Is he
funny.
older or younger?
He's older.
Okay.
3 years older, and he's a tattoo artist, and just a fantastic human being. Yeah.
You know, this is interesting, living in Vegas, because I know Vegas is always hot, and it's always tourists.
It is, yeah.
So what was it like as far as holidays and things like, what was Christmas like in Las Vegas?
Christmas in Vegas for Jen and Jameson. Yeah, it wasn't like most kids have it. I really didn't have a normal life. I worked, I I grew up with just my dad. I had no mother, so I spent my time cooking and cleaning and
You had to
being
take care of the
like
house.
being
Okay.
the only female in the house. So I think that's why I'm kind of a caretaker now. When it comes to everybody around me, I'm always like, okay, let's do this,
Right.
this. Let's go, let's
You're
go,
used to
let's
taking
go.
charge. You had to
Yeah.
do that.
And I was blessed with twin boys.
Yeah,
So,
congratulations. I heard.
yeah,
3 years
so-
old now, right?
Yeah,
That's
3 years
good.
old.
That's
So
good.
I have a lot of men surrounding me. It's good. It's
So,
a good
but
thing.
now you date a UFC guy.
I do.
I went to a UFC fight. I was given 2 tickets at the casino because I'm a big gambler, unfortunately. And they gave me 2 tickets, and I'm like, "What is this?" It's like, "You got to go see this." And when
Right.
I saw it, I just thought it was like the most horrible thing I ever seen in my life. Like, how do you?
But
like,
intriguing, right?
it was intriguing, but I mean, how do you deal with that? Like watching, someone you love.
Well, to be honest, I'll kind of break it down for you. I was a huge UFC fan prior to getting with Tito Ortiz, who's my baby daddy, and I loved the fact that these guys were like gladiators. This was reality. This was true reality.
I agree.
These guys were killing each other.
I know it.
It wasn't like boxing.
It's nothing like boxing.
I mean, boxing to me is like
You
they're
get a chance when you fall down
they're
to get
going
up.
through the motions, right?
That's crazy.
So yeah, I ended up dating this guy, and it's a lot of hard work.
Did it make you feel bad if he loses or if you see him about to lose?
Scary.
Yeah.
The hardest part of the whole thing is, I think, prior to the fight, he trains for 3 months up in Big Bear, and like watching him just going through the injuries, going through all the I think all the hoopla when it comes to being an athlete. I think they all go through it, right?
Right. I agree.
Oh, this guy's got an injury. Who's gonna be right? Who's gonna work it? Who's gonna win? So, yeah, I mean, he's the longest reigning light heavyweight champion in the UFC, and he's about to be done.
Really?
Yeah, his last fight in July. So
That's gonna be big.
I'm so excited. I'm just
That's
like,
gonna be
just be
huge.
done. Just be done.
It gotta be scary.
Yeah.
What do you like to do when you are not with your kids, and like, how do you wind down?
It's funny. I go to comedy. I go to the comedy
Do you?
store.
Really?
And my favorite place is in Tempe, Arizona.
Mhm.
I always go. My favorite person, Joe Rogan.
You told
One
me
of
that.
the funniest guys I have ever met in my life.
Joe is with the UFC, right? He does the announcements.
Yeah, he's the commentator.
And then he did the show on NBC.
Yes.
But why isn't he more known, you think, as a comic?
I think Joe Rogan isn't known. I think it's because he's really hardcore. And if you want to appeal to the wide audience, you've got to not curse, you've got to pick your topics correctly, and he's pretty controversial.
Really?
So, and I think that's why I like him.
That's why you like it.
He's funny, he's smart, super smart.
You're smart. I want to talk about that real quick. You started off in the business. What made you know, or when did you know, that, you know what, I don't want to just be a pawn in the business, I want to control the business?
I think I've always kind of known that I didn't want to be just one of the many. I wanted to change things. I wanted people to go, wow, that Jen Jameson, she's got something special. She's smart.
And you knew that from day one? You had that in your mind?
I knew it. My father always told me, he goes, you need to set yourself apart. You need to change things. And it's just perception. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't want to give up my secrets,
right.
But really, whatever you tell people, they believe.
I agree.
So I just said, I am a businesswoman, and that's what I do. Right. I will change things for you. I will change things for this industry. And that's exactly what happened.
You did.
Yeah.
You got a brand. So you're a brand. I've never, and this is funny, my mother, aunts, uncles, young, old, if you say your name, they may not know exactly why they know it, but they know it. They know it.
Yes.
So you always knew branding. You understood
branding. I mean, I think it really kind of set in when I was about 19. I got into the adult industry and I realized this is kind of an untapped territory. There are no women running the business, but it's a female-dominated industry. So why isn't there a girl at the helm, right? So I started buying up my URLs. This was before the .com meant anything. I started buying up everything. I bought up all my friends' names. I bought up everything.
Smart.
And then all of a sudden it was .com, boom. And then I sold everything off and it went. So I've kind of, I've known what to do.
That's good. That's good. I don't know how to ask this question. I'm gonna ask it though.
Okay.
When you were younger, like when was your first kiss? When was your first encounter with a boy or a guy, or like when was that you? I
think probably the first time I ever kissed a boy, I think I was probably 5.
No way.
I know that's really scary, but yeah, I was always really intrigued with boys.
Right.
I wanted to know how they felt. I wanted to understand like their makeup.
Right.
I wanted to know how they felt.
Right.
Literally.
You want to?
Literally.
Literally.
And yeah, I had all my friends were boys, and yeah, I was into them. And I think I started dating when I was super young. I was lucky. My dad was really understanding, and yeah.
Was he understanding, or was he just?
I think he thought, listen, this girl is so smart. There's nothing I can do. She's gonna do whatever she wants.
And you just did it. Okay.
I did it.
I understand.
And I always kind of sat down with my dad and I said, okay, Dad, this is who I am. I'm not gonna screw up. I'm not gonna fuck up. That's not who I am.
Right.
I'm gonna finish my schoolwork. I'm gonna do what I have to do, and I'm gonna become famous. I'm gonna make money. I'm gonna change things for myself. You don't have to worry about me. So I think he always believed in me.
That's great.
I was really lucky.
So you guys still close now?
My dad passed away last year.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Sorry to hear that.
he was like my very best friend.
Wow.
He was a good guy.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It was hard,
but you enjoyed him when he was here, so that's
the best.
That's great.
The best.
Everyone has like the funny uncle or the crazy aunt. Like, who's yours? Who's in your family? Who's like the funny one?
Oh my God, I had the funniest uncle. I had the. Is that always kind of
normal?
there? You always have the funny
Everybody
uncle?
has the funny uncle.
I had the funny uncle. He was a president of one of the casinos in Vegas, and yeah, he would date so many chicks. And I remember going over his house, and he'd have like, I don't know if I can say all this, but he had like mounds of cocaine. Like I'd be like going in his house, and he'd have all this cocaine and just like partying. And I guess it's testament to who I am now. but yeah, my uncle was rad.
Yeah, no, uncle. What is criticism? I'm sure you get a lot of
course.
How do you handle that? Like how do you get that thick skin to handle something like that?
You know, I always try to be as positive as possible. I think that a lot of people always feel like they have to like worry about what other people say and kind of mold themselves to, you know, this certain persona. I am who I am, and obviously it's worked thus far.
Right.
So, yeah.
Let's stick with it.
I'm this crazy, fun, insane chick. And I think that people kind of, they buy into it. They believe it. And And I hope so, because it's real.
What's your legacy?
My legacy. I think that's a really good question. I think that resonates with everybody. Like, who are we?
Right.
What are we going to leave behind? Now that I'm a mom, I think that I want my sons to remember how hard I worked and how much I love them, obviously, but how I never ever let anything get to me. And you just gotta like stick strong and just power through. You never believe all that bullshit, people feeding stuff into your head. You just gotta stick through it. And I think a lot of comedians feel this. You know, it's scary getting out there on stage. People are judging you. You've gotta just like power through and believe in yourself and just be happy. And I hope my legacy is really about being who I am, like real, being a real girl, and never allowing people to change who I am.
Are you afraid to get old?
I think every woman is.
I am.
Every woman is. Yeah. As a man, like, you're going to be handsome when you get older. You're going to be fine.
Right.
But as a woman, like, it's so funny because, you know, I have a huge Twitter following, and people are always like, wow, you look different. You're different.
Right.
I'm like, yeah, well, I got in the industry when I was 18. I'm 38. Wow. It's been 20 years.
Wow.
Things change.
Right.
And I love who I've become. I love the fact that I'm a cougar.
Cougar
right?
now,
I am.
What is it? What are those sayings? It says cougar. Is there any other one?
There's a puma.
Puma. No,
Puma.
what's that?
Those are the younger.
Those are the younger ones.
a
So
little
that's like
bit
the
younger.
20
I'm a cougar.
You're a cougar. Okay.
I might be a lioness. I don't know.
Are you going to get married one day, you think?
I don't believe in marriage.
Really?
I don't. I think that, like I said, the whole Eddie Murphy thing, when in Raw, he was like, yeah. Half. That
Right.
scares me. That half thing. That scares the hell out of me.
I went through it. So
Yeah,
I know.
exactly,
It's not
right?
fun.
Once you've done it once, never do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have kids, I have a man, and that's good enough.
You're happy.
Yeah.
That's important.
Yeah.
Reality TV. Would you ever do a reality show?
Okay. Reality TV to me is probably the most lucrative business out there right now, and I've kind of been tossing it around for a long time, thinking, yeah, maybe I'll do it. But it's scary. I was talking to some of the guys here that, you know, nobody survives it.
Really?
Couple-wise.
Right.
So I don't want to jeopardize my relationship. So, yeah.
Do you watch it?
I'm obsessed. Are you kidding me? I'm obsessed.
What do you watch?
I watch the Real Housewives of everything.
Okay.
Like, I love Atlanta.
You like
It's
Atlanta?
my favorite.
Any character on there?
Nene.
Nene.
I love
Why do you
Nene.
like Nene?
I love to hate her. I love to hate her.
I think that's what reality shows are about, right? Train wrecks.
She's real, though. Like, she does not... But, okay. I'm just going to throw this out there right now. I'm so tired of all these people being so PC. Like, just be like you were in the beginning. Say it like it was.
Right.
I was just watching some reruns of the Kardashian show. And Kim was talking shit the whole time. Now she's just like, oh, but, you know, I just want to live the fairy tale again. Like, shut the fuck up. Seriously, shut the fuck up. Be real.
She dated Ray J, right?
Hi. Porn star just like me.
That's how she got famous.
Hi. Yeah.
How many people do you know off the top of your head that got famous doing sex tapes or something that people would frown upon?
Well,
but now they're famous. Like
when you
Paris
think
Hilton.
about it, Paris, Pam,
Right.
Kim, like all the big names right now. And I always say on Twitter, I'm just like, I own up to it. I'm the one who said, like, I do this and I believe in it. I don't have to say, oh, well, it was an accident. No, it wasn't an accident. I remember watching Kim go into Vivid and get her check signed for her video. So, no, just believe in yourself and who cares? That's what it's all about, right?
That's right.
Right.
That's right. That's what I
She's a sexy girl and she should just own up to it.
Be yourself.
Yeah.
Well, that's all we're going to do for now. I appreciate that.
All right.
Much more to go over the next 3 days.
A lot, right?
A lot to do.
It's gonna get crazy. I love you, baby. It's gonna get nuts from here on out. This was tame. Just wait.
Let's wait. Alive then. All right.
Bye, you guys.
All right. It's cool.
Walter Latham Comedy.